This is a pretty big deal. Blox Fruits is actually on a rampage right now. Not only is Blox Fruits the first game to break huge records, reaching an all-time peak player count of 2.4 million players, surpassing games like Adopt Me and Dress to Impress, is honestly crazy. In that regards, congratulations to Blox Fruits. That is a huge achievement. However, Blox Fruits also broke another record, being the first big game on Roblox to scam the whole player base. Imagine a mainstream Roblox game scamming everyone. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It feels like a cryptocurrency rug pull. This actually might be the biggest scam of the year. Literally, it's quite crazy. Now, this situation isn't funny, so I'm gonna stop making a joke out. Let's honestly dive into exactly how Blox Fruits' developers managed to scam the entire community out of potentially millions of Robux. Now, this all goes to the Dragon update. The Dragon update is the biggest Blox Fruits update, and not only that, it's the most anticipated. With the player base waiting over a year for this update, people were literally shaking at the thought of this update. I mean, within the first hour of the Dragon update showcase on YouTube, it had like 500,000 views. That is genuinely insane. And this Dragon update managed to let everybody down as soon as people hopped in game. Now, how did it do that? If you previously owned the old Dragon permanent fruit, with the new Dragon rework, you have to purchase Dragon permanently again. And I'm gonna say that one more time for you guys that didn't hear me. If you purchased with Robux the old Dragon fruit, which is meant to be permanent. Permanent means it does not leave your inventory under any circumstances, and this is a one-time huge payment for something that you will have forever. If you purchase that before the rework, after the rework, which just happened, you have to purchase the Dragon fruit for Robux all over again, which violates a whole bunch of rights, which violates a whole bunch of laws, and I'm very sure it's completely illegal in some EU countries. Now, let's actually dive into what the Dragon tokens actually are. So, if you have a Dragon fruit, or if you previously had a Dragon fruit, you obtain a Dragon token, which gets sent into your inventory. Dragon tokens were added to compensate players after the Dragon fruit up. If you owned a permanent Dragon fruit before, you've been granted a permanent Dragon token in your inventory. And if you had a physical Dragon fruit in-game or equipped, you've been granted with a regular Dragon token, which already creates segregation. Sorry, that's not funny. Let's continue. How Dragon tokens work is equipping the token, or should I say once equipping the token that is found in your inventory, you can then convert the token into different rewards depending on the type of token you have. Now, the permanent Dragon token rewards are one of the following, which you can choose. The first one is a discount on purchasing new permanent Dragon fruit, and then the discount is about 25% because it costs 5k Robux to get the permanent Dragon, and if you have the discounted permanent Dragon, I'm pretty sure it's about 2.4 or 2.5k Robux. So yeah, pretty crazy, right? This is where the whole scam thing comes in, because you shouldn't have to purchase something you've already paid for again. For example, with Foyu and the All-Seeing Eye, when Foyu reworked the All-Seeing Eye, he didn't make people who paid for the All-Seeing Eye pay for the All-Seeing Eye again. If you paid for it beforehand, you just obtained the reworked version of the All-Seeing Eye. Can you imagine if Foyu made us pay for the All-Seeing Eye all over again? Imagine if Foyu made us pay for the All-Seeing Eye all over again. Anyways, continuing on. The other rewards for the permanent Dragon token also read the permanent Dough and Flame Fruit, which gets sent to your storage, 2 times money, 2 times boss drops, 2 times mastery, fast boats, +1 fruit storage, and 3 extra fragments, which get sent to your inventory. Or a dark blade, 2 mythical scrolls, 2 legendary scrolls, and an extra fragment that gets sent to your inventory. Pretty lackluster. I'm very sure none of those other rewards even equate to how much Robux you've spent on the dragon or permanent dragon. So again, having to actually pay for the dragon again, and then the other rewards, which honestly kind of suck, just makes it pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, players are in an uproar about this. There's even a player inside of the Blox Fruits general that started talking about laws. Like, bro became a lawyer, and again, he's completely right for doing so. I'm very sure this is illegal in a bunch of countries, European countries at least. So hey man, I'm not too sure what's gonna happen with it. And also, let's not forget about the regular people. Regular dragon token rewards, and you only get one reward. It converts into a random mythical fruit. Wow. And if you don't know, as we already stated, if you have a permanent dragon fruit, you get a permanent dragon token. If you had a fruit in your inventory or equipped, you get a regular dragon token. So that's how the whole dragon, permanent dragon token stuff works. Pretty crazy. But that's actually not it. From all the outrage that's been sparked within the community from this update, the Blox Fruits developers finally responded, and they actually said, we are working on a solution to the dragon token situation. We will be implementing a change for players who previously owned the permanent dragon prior to today's update. Give us some time to implement. Now, this was said about 2 hours after the update came out. The developers saw how quickly things went out of hand and are going to address it or fix it. But this isn't an easy fix. I need you guys to realize this is actually a big deal, and it's not an easy fix. It's not an overnight fix, and it's something that's going to need care and detail taken into consideration. Now, the reason I say this is because there are a bunch of players who have already used the permanent tokens to get the discounted permanent dragon. A lot of players have already used the permanent dragon token and purchased permanent dragon again. So they're gonna need to find a way to compensate the players who have already spent their Robux, and you're going to need to find a way to compensate people who are actually outraged about this situation and haven't touched their permanent token. I'm gonna be one of those people who are not going to touch the permanent token. Not that I play Blox Fruits anyways, but I'll be damned if I spend Robux on something I've already spent Robux on. I'm not doing that. So this is actually a big deal, and I'm not too sure how they're going to compensate. This isn't even a compensate thing. This is something that needs to happen as soon as possible. The players who've already spent their Robux, I'm not too sure how they're going to compensate those players. They're gonna need to do something huge. I'm not gonna lie to you. In fact, I might spend the Robux just so I can have the compensation reward as well. Honestly, why not? And for the people holding on to the tokens, I'm assuming that fix will be an easy fix. It'll probably just be a, hey, we're gonna give you the new dragon rework for free. Literally, that's the only fix for the people who haven't spent their tokens. And for the people that have spent their tokens on the Robux specifically, not the other prizes, if you spend it on the other prizes, you should get those other prizes and a permanent dragon. But if you spent the Robux specifically, the people who spent the Robux specifically need their own reward. I'm not too sure what they're gonna do, but it actually has to be something like huge or some sort of compensation for the Robux. I'm not too sure how they're gonna do this, but that is the main big factor. How are they gonna compensate people who have already used the discounted permanent dragon token? I want to know that. No, I actually want to know that. I'm super curious. This is something I'm gonna keep my eyes on, and hopefully the community, if you guys get whiff of anything, let me know, because we need to be compensated, bro. Be compensated, bro. This is an illegal act. But yeah, in all seriousness, you guys, if you did get scammed, please stay safe. I apologize for this whole situation. I shouldn't be apologizing. I'm not the one that did it, but still, sorry for any inconveniences that a lot of people, this is probably their last money and they're spending on Blox Fruits. So stay safe out there. Love and appreciate you guys. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.